You know, I just did that message about AI that gets it, and how people, even when confronted with the truth, plain and simple, mathematical data, they would still reject it based on their preconceived notions and how they were brought up. And it's so interesting to me because that seems to be a global phenomena. If you are brought up, meaning you are raised from childhood to believe a certain whatever, when you're grown up and confronted, you're not going to be prone to accept the fact that you've been brought up on a lie. And what's even more amazing to me than that is that you don't get it that you're a part of it. Everybody loves pointing the finger. Let's take, for example, Hamas in Gaza. All right, Israel, they went into Gaza and they realized, do you know what they teach those children in school? They teach them that Jews are a disease, the Jewish people must die, that we are occupiers, and that it is great and noble to give your life and die for the cause as long as you take as many Jews with you. Well, okay, so the children of Hamas are being brainwashed. That's right, they are, but, well, who are you to judge? I mean, don't you do the same to yours? I mean, are not your children brainwashed? After all, you do teach them something, right? I mean, you raise them up with some form of indoctrination. Let me guess, you taught them that dinosaurs lived on the earth 65 million years ago, that you've evolved out of a monkey. All kind of godless mess. The list is too long, not to mention in the West. Honey, I know you were born with a penis, but if you feel like a woman, you're not a man. You're a donkey. You can be anything you set your mind to. If you want to be a dolphin, we can make that happen. Don't let anyone tell you who you are and what you are. You don't have to be a human being. You can be a butterfly. And then the child grows up to be, you know what, out in the streets. And you're surprised? How are you any different than Hamas? I mean, really, you're all brainwashed, lost and gone. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that when you finally are confronted with common sense, logic, truth, you cannot perceive it. Because in your mind, your preconceived notion and what Nana taught you, how black people are diseased and punished and smitten by God, and don't you dare sit in a bus next to a black person, right? Nana was racist. It doesn't matter. Now that it's so ingrained in you, you cannot escape it. You've been so ingrained into this no God conscience, this strong atheistic view. It doesn't matter. We can show you all the evidence. You're not going to change your mind. Few do. In the same way that few of the Hamas people do. Not everyone in Gaza is a terrorist, only many of them. But not everyone. In the same way that not everyone in Israel is anti-Yeshua. Most, but not everyone. Not everyone is secular. Most, but not everyone. Not every Muslim is a terrorist. Many, but not everyone. So the law always applies to the exception, right? You have the exception to every rule. So you can never just put everyone on the same boat. But as a general concept, most will not change their mind. And that is why the Torah is so strong and raise up your child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Write these words of mine on your hearts. Teach them to your children when you sit in the house, when you walk on the road, when you get up, when you lie down. Impress them on their minds. The children, it's all about the children. You have to raise them up properly in the truth. It's your responsibility, or else we're going to be all messed up. We're going to believe all kind of things, and we're not going to find the truth, and we're going to be ruined. Sure, there's grace. Sure, God is great. Sure, some people repent halfway through their life after they've done all that damage. But that's the exception, not the rule. Most people, if they're not raised up right, they're not going to be right. And you have just completely destroyed them. That's murder. They could have lived, they could have known their God, their Creator. They could have been living in righteousness, understanding His Word, understanding the gravity of life, what is expected of them, what is their responsibility, what is good and what is not, so that they have a righteous conscience. But instead you taught them that they can be promiscuous, they should go and get as much as they can and can all they get and sleep around and do whatever you want and have fun. And now they had so much fun, they're dying from all kind of diseases they picked up along the way of fun, all kind of bad experiences and chemicals that destroyed their brains. And they had a few accidents too while doing all of those extreme sports. And you've completely destroyed your children. And for what? Because you're evil and wicked and godless. I get it, chances are that's what your parent did to you, but doesn't mean you have to pass it forward. You can break the chain, don't have to pass down the curse. You could be the one to repent and break it and actually raise up your children in the Lord. It's possible. It has been done before. But you have to be willing and actually prioritize truth and logic over your bias and your preconceived notions and what Nana taught you on how you've evolved out of an ape. There is a God, the God of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Israel. He is the one. He is the Lord of all, the King of kings, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who gave you breath. Yeshua is the Mashiach. He is the atonement for your sin, to redeem you, to bring you back into relations with your Creator. He is the way, He is the truth, He is the life. There is no other. Trust in Him. Live in His way. Walk on His path. Experience His peace. Love Him with all your heart and be blessed. Receive His eternal truth without all the lies of humanity, all the Western civilization with their godless mess, and the Eastern civilization, and the Middle Eastern, and everybody else with their false teaching, false religion, false propaganda. Just serve the Lord. It's not hard. You just have to be willing.